Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This week we're going to do something a little bit different than our normal adventures video where we do hiking and showing you different towns. This week we're going to do an install video.
So we were sent a water filtration UV system from GoBluTech. Pretty excited about this, and I'm really excited to get this installed and show you guys how this system hopefully will improve our water quality. Because you know how it is at campgrounds, water quality usually is well, sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not so good. So this is our current water filter for the house. And we have bought like one of the best filters you can buy, like at Home Depot, and put in here. And I think it did pretty good, but our biggest issue with it was when we were filling our freshwater tank, which we always run everything off of our freshwater tank, it would take forever and a day to get the tank full with that filter in there. So one of the things about GoBluTech, supposedly you don't lose any water pressure. So that is one of the things I'm anxious to see if that holds true. Because when we had that filter in here, yes, it took forever to fill the freshwater tank, but if we ever wanted to run just city water, it was like just a trickle coming out of the shower. It was, pressure was horrible. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this loose. I've already got the pressure drained off to the system, and I will unscrew this. My plan is to unscrew this water filter out of here, just take it completely out. This version I got is the mountable, install version. They have the portable versions, like our friends the Stevensons have, where they just, they take it out and they set it up at the campsite every time. But I want to install ours on this back wall and run the PEX tubing in behind here and install it in permanently. So GoBluTech actually sent us some bleach-free tank treatment too, and water system cleaning. So once I get this installed, I'm going to actually sanitize our freshwater tank, because it is due. I sanitize it pretty regularly with bleach, but the lady at GoBluTech said that this is a great bleach-free alternative. So I'm going to do that, sanitize our whole water system. First thing I'm going to do is get this, and actually when we were camping up north, I actually ended up taking this loose and taking the filter out, because literally I was waiting for an hour to fill this freshwater tank, and without the filter in there it would fill in about 20 minutes, 15-20 minutes. So no filter in there right now. And when you're standing in the freezing cold, you don't want to stand out there for an hour while you're filling your freshwater tank, making sure it doesn't overflow. So out with the old filter in the housing, and I've got my inlet right here, and this will be the outlet. So I'm going to have to do a little modification, a little cutting on this PEX, which is fine. I'm going to have to go down to Home Depot and get some fittings though, so I can have the right fittings. Now I just got to figure out what fittings I need. But I'm going to connect the inlet right here, and this is the outlet side, which is next to the UV light. I guess I could go ahead and mount this on the wall back here and get that knocked out before I go down and figure out how much PEX tubing I'm going to need. Okay, let's hang one side first and get it level. And make the mark for number 2. Tighten her up.
So after a much needed trip to Home Depot to get some supplies
and stuff for the plumbing,
and much needed coffee.
Oh boy.
I got a large here.
Much needed. I got a smaller one. I'm not as tired as she is, but coffee is good. So one of the things I needed to get, which I didn't have, was one of these PEX clamp removal tools. I need to get these little valves, shut-off valves, off, and I've never used one of these before, so this is a new experience. Ah, there we go.
Woo.
There's one. So this is the inlet water line. I'm going to dry fit everything. I got my first elbow in. I'm going to cut a piece of PEX to run over to the wall. Going to run it down the wall, see if I can go maybe at enough of an angle that I don't have to use another elbow. Because my fear of using too many elbows, then you lose water pressure. It creates more restriction. So let's cut a couple pieces of PEX and see if we can dry fit it.
So I told Chuck this morning that I would like to start learning how to do some of this stuff. I'm just such a tomboy, and I just love doing hands-on types of things. When I was a little girl, my dad used to work on cars a lot, and I would help him by handing him tools. He would say, go get me the wrench, go get me the hammer, or whatever it might have been. And I just enjoyed doing it. So I told Chuck, I said, I want you to start teaching me some of this stuff. I want to start learning how to do it. So you might start seeing me in videos doing some upgrades or how-tos.
Repairs. Okay. I mean, if this goes in the way I think, for the inlet side, we should be pretty good. It should be pretty easy. There we go. So that would click there. Now I gotta figure out where this is gonna line up here. It should be fine right there. So I need to cut about that much off. See again, right there.
You need another arm.
Yep.
There you go.
At least with these clamps, it's not like having to work with PVC glue.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's true.
And you have such a little short amount of time to get it put together. All right. So everything's dry fit for the fresh water line. I just got a clamp here, 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 and here. And that should be good for the fresh water. Nothing's really, this is not even hardly touching. That's touching a little bit, but not that much. Obviously this one's not even close. That is just the drain line there though for the fresh water tank, which in fact I probably should be draining now because it takes a while to drain this tank. As you can imagine, it's going to take a while when it's a small stream like that and you've got 75 gallons of fresh water. So if you've never had any experience with PEX plumbing, these little pinch clamps, there's a tool for it. And basically, I'm not going to waste my clamp here, but you will squeeze this down until it won't squeeze anymore, and it usually at that point it will be tight. You can actually see me do this one here on the system itself. And that's it. I just got two more in the back here that are going to be fun to get to. Forgot to say, another thing when you're working with Plex, it's nice to have one of these little tools. You put it in there after you've made your cut, and it just it's got a little blade in there, and it just basically, it just trims the edge of it, gives it a little bit of a bevel. I suppose it's supposed to make a better connection. I don't know. But I use it since I have it. And these are just shut-off valves for both the inside and the outside, intake and outtake. I'll go ahead and put this one on now. I'm going to go back and put the other one on for the intake. I just didn't want it in my road when I went to put this line in, because I'm going to have limited working room in there. Everything is installed. I've got all my lines ran, my inlet line, my outlet line, put my valves back in for my shut off, and we are ready to sanitize the tank and test it out and make sure I don't have any leaks. And the first thing I got to do is it says in the instructions to take this the taste filter out, which is our second filter. This is the UV filter, which will get plugged in when let me move this out of the way, which will get plugged in and in my other bay over here once we set that up. But right now I just want to make sure nothing's leaking and everything is going to work the way it should as far as plumbing here. But I think it looks pretty good. I feel pretty confident that it's everything crimped down good and everything should be fine. So you get this little tool, and this is where you will loosen the housing, the top ring, to take the filter off. So I'm going to take the filter off of here, and we put the bleach-free. It says 2 packets of this, which there's 2 packets inside here. I'm going to put it in this housing here, and we will fill the freshwater tank. And from there, we'll follow the directions.
Put 2 packets into the last stage canister and reinstall the canister.
I do not have to take this filter out because water's going past this filter, just regular water. It's going to go into this where the solution is, on through the system, fill the tank. It said to fill the freshwater tank, let it sit for 15 minutes, drain it, fill it again, and drain it again, and then your system is sanitized. So it says to put 2 of these 5 fluid ounce packets into the last filter in line. And it just looks like a clear liquid. We're still draining the fresh tank right now. We've been draining the whole time we've been hooking up this plumbing. It takes a while, as I said. Yeah. Now, if we were doing this on city fill, I was reading that you put this in there, you go in there and you run all your faucets, and until you see soapy suds coming out. It's time to turn the water on, test it out, and see if we have any leaks. I don't see anything, and I hear water flowing through it. This is great. So we'll see how long it takes to fill the tank. I definitely can hear the water going through the plumbing lines. Fittings look good. These are all my fittings that I did. I put the shutoff valve backs, both shutoff valves back in. This was the only fitting up in here that I kind of worried about. I had to have Allie kind of try to hold that fitting in place while I put the pliers on it. It's a little tight in there, but yeah, everything looks good. Everything looks really good. Of course, this is the filter that I have out right now because I've got the cleaning solution in there, and it is filling the tank to sanitize. Well, we're really excited to try this out for sure. So we'll be trying it out this coming week. Heading to Peace River. So I guess that's going to wrap it up for the install portion of this video, but don't go anywhere. We are going to stay in this video as we camp this coming week and weekend. We're going to update you on how we like it and how it's working. And there was a couple other things we wanted to touch on. We were told that if you are full timing, it's fine for the system to stay with the filters in there. But if you're like part timing and you're going to be home for like more than a couple weeks, they kind of recommend that you take the filters out, dry them out, put them in a Ziploc bag, and keep them in your refrigerator. That will keep bacteria and other contaminants from, So that's a little piece of advice we wanted to pass along.
What I'm really excited about with this new water filtration system is that I have a lung condition, and so I have to be very careful with breathing in certain bacterias that are in the water or in soil. And so normally when I'm taking a shower and the bathroom's all steamed up and I'm breathing in that steam from the water, I'm always so concerned that I'm going to be breathing in bacteria. Well, now with this UV system, it kills 99% bacteria in the water. So now I don't have to worry as much with getting bacteria in my lungs. So if you're someone like me who has to be very cautious with breathing in water vapor, then this is something you might really want to look into, because UV light is really known to kill bacteria, and that's what we're really excited about with the system. So we're going to make sure that we put a link in the description box below, that if you want to click on that link, you can get a 7% discount on GoBluTech.
So stay tuned. In the second half of this video, we're going to update you on how we've liked it after our first week and a half of use.
So tonight, we're both going to take a shower, and we're going to do a little test and see how much pressure that we lose when we're running the city water.
Yeah, because when we bought a really high, whatever you call micron type of filter for the house filter at Home Depot, what was it? I think we bought that in the Florida Keys last summer. And
Trying our best to kill all the microbacterium.
yeah, and they said it was the best for, getting most of it. Well, there's no way we could use city water. No way, because it was just trickling out because that filter slowed it down so much.
Yeah.
And even filling the freshwater tank, it would take me, I'd have to set my timer for about 45 minutes to fill this freshwater tank. Now this tank fills within about probably 15, 20 minutes. So I'm going to assume that the city water pressure is going to be better.
Yep.
But we'll let you guys know tonight when we test it out. We have definitely stayed at a lot of campgrounds over the years of our camping life. I mean, we've been doing this since 2016.
Yes.
Not all campground water is created equal, that is for sure.
No.
There's been times where we've actually had a sulfur smell at a campground from the water. And it was like, dang, I don't even want to shower in this. So we're going to tell you some of the things that we have noticed in our first full week of using the GoBluTech water filtration system.
It was so nice being able to make coffee last week without having to use a bottle of water, because normally we have to use bottles of water within our coffee maker, but I could get it right out of the fridge. We would oftentimes have to buy a couple cases of bottled water just because I didn't want to drink out of the faucet, and we didn't even have to do that at all this time. We were able to drink out of the refrigerator every single time, so that was really nice.
And another thing, we actually tested the water pressure from the city water inlet, which we never really use. We always run from our tank. And the reason we would run from our tank is because we have a house filter on here that came with the rig, and we would put a filter in there, and it would restrict the water flow so much that it would take forever to fill the tank, and you would not get any pressure in the shower. Happy to say that they advertised this as no water pressure loss, and it did not seem like there was any water pressure loss. And if it was so minimal I wouldn't have noticed. So we're pretty happy about that. We can start running city water. And we actually did for probably half of the week. We actually just left it on city water.
But I would say the most important thing for me was that I didn't have to worry when I was in the shower at all. With my lung condition, I didn't have to worry about breathing in bacteria and the steam. So that was a great thing. So after using this water filtration system for about a week, I would definitely say that we love, love, love it. It really is amazing. We will definitely update in future videos to let you know how it's going.
And how long the filters end up lasting, with normal use.
Exactly. Another thing that I love about this company is that we both of our families come from military background, and GoBluTech was founded by veterans.
So if you are looking for a water filtration system for your RV, and I honestly think if you're going to RV very much, and if you're going to use your RV very often, you definitely need a water filtration system. I don't think you can find a better water filtration system than the GoBluTech water filter. I mean, the UV light is just a game changer in our opinion.
That's right.
All right, guys, that's going to wrap up this video of the install of the GoBluTech water filtration system with UV light. And if you want to check this out for yourself or check out any of the other products that they have, we will leave a link down in the description below. And I'll also pin a comment in the comment section. So click that link and go check out for yourself what all they have to offer. And if you do decide to buy something, that link will earn you 7% off your order.
Yep.
All right, guys, we really appreciate you hanging out, watching this install video, and we will catch you in our next adventure.
All right, bye guys.
Bye.